Okay, good afternoon. What we were discussing last time was two-dimensional elements, and we had done with the triangular elements, and then we went on to a rectangular element. Now, in this rectangular element, I have given you what are the terms? What are the terms in the Pascal triangle that need to be kept? So, this is one thing that you have to keep in mind, that proper terms of the Pascal triangle are retained, and then you cannot keep more terms here than the number of boundary conditions that you have got. You have got 4 nodes. So, you can write down only 4 equations. 4 equations means u1 when you substitute x1 y1, because 1 means it is x1 y1, is it not? 1 is all these coordinates are x2 y2 etc. So, when you substitute u1, when you substitute x1 y1, then I will get one equation. So, like this you cannot keep more terms, that means more constants cannot be kept here than the number of nodes that we have got. So, that is another, it is not that I can take any number of terms here in the polynomial, no. So, 4 is restricted because there are only 4 equations that I can write, and therefore, 4 constants can be found out. So, this is what, so simple way to find out shape function will be this. You write down 4 equations for example, u1 will be a plus bx1 plus c y1 plus d x1 y1. u2 will be a plus b u3 . So, 4 equations, and therefore, I can find out the 4 constants by writing down equal to, for example, this one will be all 1, this will be x1, x2, x3, x4, y1, y2, y3, y4, x1, y1, so this is the classical way of finding out these undetermined coefficients or constants multiplied by a, b, c and d. Now, this coordinate matrix is known. So, I can find out the values of a plus b plus. So, if you call this as a x matrix, so this is your d matrix, of course, half the D matrix, it is not the complete D matrix, u1 v1, but then the shape function for u and v will be same. So, it is no point in writing v1 again, you know. So, if you call this as D and this matrix as X matrix, and this is undetermined coefficient, you know, let us call this as A. God, just 1 minute. I am sorry. Yes, Pramod. Okay, so this is, so if A is the unknown, so A can be found out from here. As, but then this is not a good method, you know, this is not something that you would like to do it, solving 4 equations in 4 unknowns. Inversion means solving 4 equations in 4 unknowns, and I have already hinted, I have already given you also, I also told you in the past that how to get over this problem. That is, we have, what is that called? Lagrange interpolation. Only thing, now we have to think of Lagrange interpolation in 2 direction. It is not 1 direction, but it is in 2 direction. So, we can have Lagrange interpolation, and then we should also think of not, because now you have got some idea about you know, isoparametric coordinate, natural coordinate, numerical integration. So, we normally fix our coordinate in the center of the element, and then the length of the element is 2 in each direction, will be 2 in each direction. So, what will we see? So, here we are thinking, so you think of what I am saying, any 2 dimensional element is like this, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let us fix our origin here in the center, and then we are talking of natural coordinates. So, call this now as a psi coordinate, which is non-dimensional coordinate. Call this as eta coordinate, eta, this is eta, eta, not zeta. This is psi, si psi or psi psi, whatever you want to call it. Psi, sorry, both are, oh, I made, eta is this, like this. This is psi, this is eta. Okay. And this is your origin for the natural coordinate. Therefore, here the coordinate of this is -1, -1. Psi is minus, eta is -1. The coordinate of this is psi is 1, eta is -1. Is it okay? Coordinate of 3 is psi is unity and eta also is unity, positive, both are in positive, and this one is -1 and this is positive 1. You can just check up, pause for a minute, see that whether the coordinates are okay, psi eta. Now, the advantage of this is, this system is that I can have my, because I have already told you it is best to define your shape function in the local coordinate. So, this will be my local coordinate, this will be my natural coordinate, local coordinate, not just like we did it for, we have done it for 1 dimensional, and there we have to find out d psi by d eta, one quantity which we call as J, Jacobian, and the value of Jacobian came out to be L by 2, length divided by 2. So, dx was equal to j times d psi. So, to convert the non-dimensional coordinate psi, you have to multiply that by L by 2 in order to get dx corresponding x. dx was, now here of course, here it will be 2 dimension, but I am just giving you that idea. So, here also now it is 2 dimensions, but then first think about the, so this approach is all right, you know. In fact, in all the old books you will find this 4 equations solving, writing down the shape, you know, then substituting this back into here A, B, C, D, writing u in terms of u1, u2, u3, u4, and then the xy. So, coefficient of u1, u2, u3 will form the shape functions. So, that is one way, but then now we are talking of, because we are jumping, we want directly go to the local coordinate psi. So, this is all right. Now, you tell me how to write down shape function for node 1. Node 1 psi eta. I should get the value equal to 1 when psi equal to minus 1, eta equal to minus 1, I must get equal to, the value was equal to 1. So anyway think of the first of all Jacobian in psi, what should be, because psi you know your Lagrangian polynomial, how to write down the Lagrangian polynomial in psi for this one, it will be top one, because there will be 2 products, psi minus this and psi minus this. Now, it will not, because this is under consideration. So, we will not write this. So, it is psi minus this coordinate. So, what is this coordinate? This one is what is the value of psi? 1. So, psi minus 1, is it okay? Psi minus 1, and here divided by, what is the value of psi here? Minus 1. So, minus 1 and minus 1. Minus 1 and minus 1. This is the simple Lagrangian polynomial in psi. Now, let us see what is the Lagrangian polynomial multiplied by. Now, we have to show in one direction we have got, now in this direction. In this direction also, now what will be the, in eta direction. Now, eta, it is, what is eta minus what? Not this, it will be this. What is the coordinate here? Eta value is plus 1. So, eta minus, what is the value of eta here? Minus 1. So, minus 1, again minus 1, minus 1. So, product of the 2 shape functions in, so this is the shape function in psi direction, this is the shape function in eta direction for this node. Is it okay? You can just check also when psi is equal to, see, when psi is equal to minus 1, this will be equal to unity. When psi equal to plus 1, this will be 0. So, this follows 1 and 0 we are getting in psi direction. Now, let us say here when eta equal to minus 1, we should get equal to unity. So, this quantity minus 1 both are numerator denominator same. So, unity, when eta equal to 1, I should get 0 here in this direction, eta equal to 1, because this coordinate is unity. So, 1. So, 1 you put 1 minus 1 equals 0. So, this follows. So, both are. So, it is value is like this 1 0 in this direction, it is like this. So, this is psi, and here also we have got for this node, I am talking of this node only. This is, I am talking of this node, at this node. Yes, it follows like this. So, it is okay. Now, let us see what we get here. So, minus 2 and 1 by 4 psi minus 1 eta minus 1. So, I am just telling you it can be also done by inspection, it is not necessary to go through. If you are very clever, boy, there are people who can write things just by seeing, this function should be like this. Forget about Lagrange multiplier or Lagrange polynomial, they will write directly. Now, here now you can check here. What is this? When psi equal to, substitute this value of coordinate minus 1 minus 1, but then there is some problem. Minus 1, so minus 2 plus 4 by 4 unity. Is it okay? Now, at other nodes, so when psi is equal to 1, then it is anyway 0 here. If you put this coordinate, now let us put this coordinate. This coordinate psi equal to 1 minus 1 0, and this is minus 1, it does not make any difference, because 0 multiplied by some quantity. So, 0, 1 and 1, 0 and 0, minus 1 and 1. So, minus 1 will give you minus 2, but then this will be 0. Is it okay? So, at all other nodes, this satisfies the condition. It is unity here and 0 here, 0 here, 0 here. So, this is the shape function for node 1 in local coordinate, non-dimensional coordinate, when the length is 2. This, by the way, this length I should say that this non-dimensional length is 2, and here also this non-dimensional length is 2. Okay. Now, in the same way, how to find out the shape function for node number 2? Now, this requires practice. This node, I want shape function for this node, node number 2. In psi, it will be psi plus 1, psi minus 1, so plus 1 coordinate. So, it is psi plus 1, because psi minus 1 of minus 1, this coordinate is minus 1, because we are talking of this coordinate. So, in psi divided by, what is the value of psi here? Equal to 1. So, 1 plus 1. So, here it is 1 plus 1 multiplied by eta, eta. What is the value of eta here? Now, here means this one, eta minus 1, eta minus 1, because here it is sign is plus. So, it will be eta minus 1. I hope you are with me. And then what is the value of eta over here? It is minus 1. So, minus 1 minus 1. So, what is the value? Minus 2 plus 2. So, minus 4. So, 1 by minus 4, and then it is psi plus 1 eta minus 1. And please check whether it satisfies the condition. We check if it satisfies the condition. How to check that it satisfies the condition? Yes, put first this value psi equal to 1, eta equal to minus 1. Minus 1 means it will be minus 1, minus 2, and then this 2, 2 and 2, 4. So, minus 4 divided by 4. So, minus plus 4 by 4 plus 1. So, at this node it is equal to plus 1. So, this is correct. Now, you go to any other node, there is already a positive here, so it will become 0. Here also there is a positive here, so it will become 0. Here there is 1, this is negative, psi is negative, so this will be 0. So, it is okay, it will become 0 at all other nodes. So, this is fine, this will satisfy the shape function condition for node 2. Now, node 3, so the advantage of this is, there are many advantages of the approach that we are. Now, let us go to node number 3, shape function for node number 3. So, what will be psi here? Now, psi means it is plus 1, so it will be here, this and this. So, it will be what? Psi plus 1, psi plus 1, yes, very good, because it is minus 1 here. So, minus 1 plus 1 divided by, what is the value of psi here? It is unity. So, unity. So, 1 plus 1, correct, multiplied by eta. What is the eta over here? It is unity. So, eta minus 1. What is the value of eta over here? It is 1. Oh, no. Huh? Achha, it is eta minus 1, because otherwise it will become 0. It is eta plus 1. Yes, just a minute, let me, because I should be convinced. Eta, because it has to be this, coordinate, no? This coordinate. So, minus, so plus, and what is the value here? So, again 2. So, 1 plus 1, 2. So, again you get here 2 and 2, 1 by 4. Okay. So, I think so far you can check, again it will satisfy the, and lastly N4, let me write it on this sheet only, N4. So, I am just telling you that it is not at all difficult to write down the shape functions once you know the rules of the game. So, this is a simple game, that means one is Lagrange interpolation, that is a must. You must have idea about how to write down Lagrange interpolation. If you have n points, if you are not clear, practice it, because everything cannot be done repeated in a class. So, you go back, read from the book. If you do not understand still, ask your friend, get it clarified completely. It should be clear. So, now this one is node number 4. Node number 4, psi, value of psi here is minus 1. So, psi minus. What is the value of psi here? Minus 1. So, minus 1 multiplied by eta. What is the eta here? Minus 1. So, minus 1. So, eta plus 1 divided by, what is the value of eta here? It is 1. So, 1 plus 1. So, go by this. So, again it is minus 1 by 4 eta minus 1 eta plus 1. I think this also will satisfy. So, if I put this value over here, psi equal to minus 1. So, minus 1 minus 2, and this equal to, so 2 and minus 4, yes, minus, so it is okay, and all other places here it is plus. So, there is, this will be 0. Here again there is 1 minus, so it will be 0. Here again there will be 1 plus, psi is plus, so it will be 0. So, it satisfies. So, we have got this shape function for a 4 noded square element. Now, this is square 2 by 2. There is no, I am talking of unit, I mean 2 unit by 2 unit, rectangle. But then, if we can, the idea came again to irons, same thing, the concept of isoparametric. But isoparametric was not for one dimension, that concept, it is not clear. Isoparametric, I told you, no doubt for one dimension, but it does not appeal as much in one dimensional problem, but actually it is for 2. So, what he said that if this is your, if you can have a this 1, 2, 3, 4 in psi and eta, so this we call, he says, because this will not be your, you cannot have square elements in your plus this is, because in your real structure you may have any. He said yes, in the real structure if you are having a element which not only is not a rectangle, but it is a quadrilateral, some general, and this is with reference to x and y, 1, 2, 3, 4. One, of course, one can start anywhere, only thing it must be follow the same rule of anti-clockwise, everywhere anti-clockwise. This coordinate is x 1 y 1, this coordinate is x 2 y 2, this coordinate is x 3 y 3, x 4 y 4. This will be the real, which we call parent element, real element in actual structure, because in actual structure you will be discretizing in a very general manner. So, some element will be square, some will be rectangle, some will be quadrilateral. So, why not deal with quadrilateral right away? So, a general 2-dimensional element can be a quadrilateral element, 4-noded quadrilateral. So, this element is a 4-noded general quadrilateral element, not necessarily rectangular or square or parallelogram. There is no restriction. So, if this is the parent element in the real structure, in the parent, I think actual, I do not know what is actual structure, if this is the type of element that we have, if by some means we can transform this element into a 2 unit by 2 unit element like this transformation, transform, then that means a point P here whose coordinate is x and y has to be mapped. Now, the word mapping will come, mapping, it is called general mapping. You have done conformal mapping, have you heard the name conformal mapping? Complex variable, yes. So, it is something like that, conformal mapping. So, it has, this is point P has to be mapped into a element and point P will be here. So, corresponding element, but then this will have coordinate psi and eta. Every particle over here must be mapped to this, but then this mapping has to be a 2 unit by 2 unit, not more than 2. There in conformal mapping we do it by unit, 1 unit by 1 unit cell we say, 1 by 1, we always do 1 by 1. Here we are doing 2 by 2. Why we are doing 2 by 2? Because that formula, Gauss formula is available for -1 to +1, nothing else. Of course, we can also transform that into -half to +half, that is possible. You can always take integral, if you can integrate from -1 to +1, why not from -half to +half? That can be transformed by simple transformation, psi equal to 2 something, 2 times you make it and then you can do it. But here we take this length 2. So, this is 2, this is 2, this is center, and so we map this MAP, map. this process is called mapping. The original element is mapped into a fictitious element or unreal element, but then all computations will be done here, because why it is easier here? Because it has got parallel lines. I can do this now integration everything very nicely here. I can take a small d psi d eta this and move it and then do the integration over the area. So, if you have done integration over the area here, it is equivalent to doing it over here. So, this mapping is what is called isoparametric transformation. Isoparametric transformation. Of course, I will not say isoparametric for transformation, because isoparametric word comes because if you have the same shape function for displacement and geometry, but this mapping is comes for general, any general shape can be mapped into a simple shape, that is all, can be transformed into a simple shape. In fact, this can also be transformed into a circle, it is possible. The mathematics is there and we can transform this into a circle. We can transform, but here this rectangle, this square is better, So, this is mapped into a square of 2 by 2. So, if you have learnt or understood this mapping concept, then most of the present finite element computations are simple. Then, so whatever is given or whatever programs these days are there, they all use this, because everything is done in the local coordinate. This is the local, or what should we say? This we call it natural coordinate, local, natural, local, stroke. There are so many non-dimensional, coordinate. And here you have the physical coordinate, physical x, y, z. The physical coordinate is mapped into a natural coordinate system, into a simple geometry, and then all integration, everything will be done over this simple, and it will be transformed back to the original in the end. So, job will be. Now, this idea again came, this has been given to us by no other than B.M. Irons. So, Bruce Irons is the person who gave this concept of mapping, and it is good for 2 and 3 dimensional bodies. One dimension, it is hardly makes any difference, In one dimension, you can all integrate functions in either physical coordinate or in natural coordinate. Does not make much difference, but yes, in 2 and 3 dimension, it is a great concept. So, all this development took place around from 1972 to 1976. 1972 to 1976. So, since luckily my active life was there, during this period. So, at least we are aware of what went around, those people who were there around this time. So, they have seen what are the papers, how people have worked, so around that, because I was hardly 25 years old then, 72. So, it was okay, So, mapping, so now how to do it? Yes, Now, before I go further, so this mapping is a simple concept. Now, I will urge you, because time as usual is short, I have told you the book by Cook, Malthus, Plesha and Witt. The first book was only by Cook, Robert Cook, first edition. Now, this is the fourth edition. This book is the fourth edition, Concepts and Applications of Finite Element. But personally, I feel the first edition was good in many respects, especially shells. Now, shell is hardly there here. Actually, I met Cook once. I said, you have removed the shell chapter. He said that there is hardly any interest in shells, of people, you see. Not many people want to learn complex things. So, these days, so I have decided to reduce the number of pages in otherwise, So, first one discuss lot of material on shells. As I told you, shell was very hot topic in those days, very important, because nowadays you all think that shell can be done by some solid element, you can fill bricks and this and that, which is wrong, but then people feel that it can be analyzed anyway. So he has removed the chapter on shells now, is very little, mostly it is plates. So that is sad. So first edition is good for shells, if you want to, anybody. And then there are a number of co-authors have come, of course, he has retired. And so this book, it has also increased in size. The first edition was only about 175 pages. Now it is, fourth edition is 719 pages. Now this chapter 3, you please read it thoroughly. Chapter 3 of this book. Okay. Chapter 3, which says basic elements, because it discusses all the elements at one place. All one dimensional, two dimensional, three dimensional, triangle, quadrilateral. Okay. And then the other chapter that I would like you to read is chapter 6, which is isoparametric element. Chapter 6. Don't read chapter 7, isoparametric triangle and tetrahedra, because people have isoparametric first, when it is started by Cook, it was for only 2 by 2, 2 by 2 or 2 by 2 by 2 cube. In 3 dimensions it will become a 3 dimensional, how to map a 3 dimensional body, 3 dimensional element, it can be mapped into a 2 by 2 by 2 cube, standard psi eta, and then zeta also we take another parameter zeta. So, but then later on people extended this concept to triangular shapes. So, a triangle and then a tetrahedra in solid, tetrahedra 4 noded, isoparametric concept, but it is not easy. One is conceptually it is not easy, again you face lot of difficulty. So, there are people, at least I believe, the simple thing is one which becomes popular. Anything that is simple will become popular, that is the first. The moment it is very complicated, tough, people will not. Same thing has happened to shell chapter, So, he has removed it. That chapter itself is missing now. Whole finite element analysis of shells, he has removed it. He says, well, it is there in my first edition. People who are still interested, they can they can somehow find that from some library and then read it, So, okay. So, this is in triangular shape and tetrahedra, this isoparametric concept is not that simple. Then the formulation is still more complicated than this rectangular coordinate system, psi eta zeta coordinate system. So, some of us take the view that whatever you can do with a triangular element or a tetrahedra element, the same thing can also be done by a quadrilateral element and what? In 3 dimensions, what will be quadrilateral? Parallelepiped. No, not parallelepiped. What will you call this? Tetra? No, brick will be only right angle. In 3 dimensions, you need not have Right angle, hexahedron. That word is not coming to my mind at the moment, but I can only draw what it will look like. You have so octahedrons. So something like yes, this shape. This is the front face. First face, second face, third one, top, bottom one, back side this and side this. How many? 4 plus 2, 6. There are 6 faces. Nothing is parallel to anyone. And sides also are unequal. All sides are unequal. What will you call this? Hexahedron. Anyway, just check. Okay, so in 3 dimension it is this, but then this general element can always be transformed into, by whatever we just now discussed, into a 2 unit by 2 unit into 2 unit, a simple cube. That is the beauty of this. This will be transformed into this, where you will have the coordinate in the center, psi, eta, and then zeta. Zeta is looking like this, zeta, this, something like this, rho, something like rho is zeta, and that is in the center. I think this node is the only node which will have all coordinates positive, because it is in the first quadrant. So this coordinate node this coordinate will be 1 1 1. You can write down the coordinates of all the other. It is 2 2 by 2 by 2, 8 noded element. Yes, ultimately it is a brick element, no doubt. It is simpler than brick because it is a square, not rectangle. But the parent element is this. Real element is this in real structure, which is now transformed into this in natural coordinate, and all computations will be done here, and then you will. So it can be shown now. So I told you that you please read the 2 chapters, that is the self-study part. Now you have in all our integrals something multiplied by in 2 dimension dx dy. Now this one, now you are computing in what? This is in x and y. This function is function of x and y, b transpose e b or something. So now this has to be transformed into psi and eta. So I have to first of all get this. That is not difficult. This part can be in local coordinate psi and eta, because there is a relationship between x and psi eta and y and psi and eta. That relationship exists. So you can always transform just by simple substitution. Then this is the area in dx dy is a small area in the real physical system. Now that you will see that when you will do this transformation, that is what is given in that chapter. It can be transformed, then there will be a j will be coming, j determinant of j times d this. So the only thing that difference is that this becomes equal to this, and then all your, here it is minus 1 to plus 1, minus 1 to plus 1. So, you do all your computations in the natural coordinates and you will be evaluating your things in the real. There is equivalence, this equivalence is come. So, area can be found out just by determinant of J. J is the Jacobian matrix. Now, it will be in 2 dimension. What is Jacobian matrix? It will be again partial derivative, it will be 2 by 2. Now, it is not a single quantity, it will not be dx by d psi, it will not be simply dx by d psi. It will involve dx by d psi, dx by d eta, dy by d psi and dy by d eta. 4 quantities, 4 derivatives it will involve and it will be partial derivative. So, that I am just skipping because time is not there. So, I want you to read from that chapter. So, when you do this mapping, then the area becomes like this, and in the same way even volume dx, dy, dz will also become equal to something in psi and eta. Here it will be x, y, z. Yes, please. Okay, yes. Then this one is j and this is d psi, d eta, d zeta, like this. So, it is a very simple transformation. So, dx get transformed into that j we have seen already, d psi, dx dy get transformed into again j, but j definition is different, d psi d eta, and dx dy dz you have to put this additional thing. Okay. Now, I would urge you to read a little bit and then it will become more clearer to you. Okay. So, this will take care of your 1 dimensional, 2 dimensional and 3 dimensional finite element analysis using isoparametric formulation and through mapping of physical coordinate system to natural coordinate system. Now, it will take some time for you to understand mapping, unfortunately, it is not given in the best way in any one of the books. Now, here whatever is given is I think the optimum, it will be the best. So, if you read Zienkiewicz, you will not be clear. If you read Bathe, again it will not be, I think read from here that chapter which I have told you. So, that will be. So, this tells you about now I have done only so far 1 dimensional and 2 dimensional problem formulation. 2 dimensional, that too plane stress. Of course, in 2 dimension means only you have this, but this is not all, this is simple 2 dimension. I think those of you who are attending my other lecture of plates and shells, all the problems of flexure of plates and flexure of shells is a 2 dimensional problem. All equations are 2 dimensional in nature, but those are not in plane strain or plane stress. There is more than, some are more than that. Okay. So, the next thing that I would like to discuss with you will be finite element analysis of plates. How do you do finite element analysis of plates? But now I will assume that we are using isoparametric formulation and mapping technique. Okay. This is a standard technique for finite element. All the codes use this now, and this is a must. But of course, one has to learn slowly. First you do it in the natural, physical coordinate, and then only later on in the. So, if you have any questions today, I think you can ask.